getting caught up in all the spring weather, it's really easy to forget that we can have snow in March, and hopefully everyone kept their shovels and their salt handy.
Yeah, I mean, March is typically our snowiest month out there,
Yeah.
And these systems are by no means out of the ordinary, but after yesterday, it's a little hard to believe we have to put up with snow, but yeah. Looking live on the carsoup.com Skycam, the one thing I want to point out on this are the temperatures. Many of these are still above the freezing point, and that does need to be taken into consideration as we start to look across the board, simply put, because once we look towards Owatonna, I-35, you've just been seeing raindrops over there. If you looked at the radar, it would indicate moderate, if not even heavy snow, but you're still just warm enough near the surface that this is still on the liquid side. Then we look up to the North Mankato near Winthrop. You are at that freezing point or a little bit beneath, and so you've been actually seeing some of these big wet flakes. I don't know if you can see these on the camera or not, but those have been coming down. That is what's working towards Mankato and slowly marching its way down towards the south and east under these cloudy skies, and for the most part slowly dropping these temperatures as well. So once we look to the west and the northwest, that's where those freezing temperatures are. Other places are still on the warm side, and so if a little pulse of energy does work through, that's where they're going to see those scattered drops. Other thing that we need to take in consideration today is going to be the winds. These are coming out of the northeast, anywhere from 15, 25, 30 miles an hour fairly consistently as well. And this is actually expected to expand across our area into the night. Gusts as well do need to be taken in consideration, as these will be also ramping up near to 40, 45 miles an hour later today. So as the snow begins to drift closer down to the south and east, mixing with that strong wind, you're really going to start to see these visibilities be impacted by that. All right, in terms of the system, really, it's been a very concise band that's been working its way from Marshall up towards the Twin Cities at this point, but it is consistently slowly dropping its way down to the south and east. And this is going to be a narrow band, but as part of a larger system, low pressure system still located back over Nebraska and Kansas. This is expected to work its way across southern Iowa before finally lifting up to the north and east. And with that, we're still going to see these bands of snow continue to work its way through our region. That's what's really going to help to accumulate this. For the most part, we have been seeing fairly light, if not moderate snow for places that have been seeing it. But once this low pressure system gets closer to us, that's when we're really going to watch that thicken up, become moderate, if not heavy snow. And one of the real potentials with this system actually comes in along the eastern half of the Minnesota-Iowa border, where they could see potential snow rates of 1, if not even 2 inches an hour over there. And they could see snow totals closer to about 10 inches to a foot. All right, for today, we still are going to hold on to a little bit of icy mix. For the most part, that's going to stay off to the south and a little bit more south and east where that warmer temperature is. Winds are starting to pick up. Now into the evening, we are pretty much going to see consistently moderate, if not heavy snowfall every now and then. And that does last into the overnight as that low pressure system transits across the south. Winds still will be rather potent out there, so that is going to be dropping our visibility. Now in terms of the snowfall, I have adjusted this just to the south and east a little bit. Simply put, the low pressure system, the way it's setting up, is looking to track just a little bit further south. And that does pull the snow down further with it. So at this point, Mankato, I'm expecting about 3 inches of accumulations when all is said and done. Temperatures are going to be falling today. Winds will be sharp out there as well. 26 degrees for a low tonight as that snow does want to continue. Leaves on the early morning hours of Thursday around 6 a.m. Friday, finally, cloudy conditions overhead with some late rain that's going to come in through the overnight.